Hey guys, this is White Manga here with a new video, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to draw character expressions. And in this video we're going to focus on the flirty expression, the serious expression, and the silly expression. Before I go ham in this video, I just want to let you guys know that this video is brought to you by Loot Crate. And Loot Crate Anime specifically, you can think of it as like a box where you subscribe, you pay monthly, but the price is not that crazy at all, and you get like cool stuff every month in a box. You don't know what you're getting, but 9 times out of 10 it's pretty cool. I've gotten like some really cool stuff. Sometimes you get like a t-shirt, and the t-shirts, I almost don't buy shirts anymore because you get like some cool anime style t-shirts and some cool merchandise from even some of your favorite shows. I got like a really cool Gintama thing one time. Anyways, if you use the White Manga promo code, you get 10% off. That is from me to show you. Alright, let's get into it. Here I'm just going to be drawing like the heads, like the shape of the head. You know how I start. Try to make it simple for you. I'm not going to go too much into like guidelines of the face because I don't do that too often, and that wouldn't necessarily, it wouldn't be necessary for this video as much. But you know, try to have like almost an egg shape, but it's a little more dynamic than that. It's a little more organic than that. But I'm just creating the heads for the expressions themselves. Key thing when I'm doing expressions, or at least when I'm teaching, because well, at least when I'm trying to teach expressions, is one way of thinking about it is try and draw that expression for a simple, maybe emoji or a smiley face, something very simplified, and then transfer that to your character. So in this case, say I was drawing an angry character, it'll just be the eyebrows kind of bending down closer at the edges where they're closer to each other, and maybe the mouth forming kind of like an N or an under, like a flipped U or something. You know how angry emojis look. I don't have to go into too much detail. And then just transferring that expression to your character, whoever that character is. Now the key thing to keep in mind is that, you know, it's not always the same. Like the way a character would look angry in one shot might not be the same way a different character would look angry. Or the way when a character is happy, the expressions they will make in their face might be very vastly different from the way another character would do it. So it's also something you need to keep in mind and maybe practice along with your character and figure out what works for your character. So with expressions like something that's flirty, silly, serious, sometimes these are expressions that are a combination of several other expressions, and therefore they're a little difficult to pull off. As you can see here, this is just, you know, me. This is like the emoji that you can then alter to find the expression you want for flirty. So there isn't one expression for a face when it's flirting, right? It depends on the character. It depends on how much it is, because sometimes when you talk about being happy or angry, there's levels to it. There's sometimes you're really, really happy, and sometimes you're just, you know, regular happy. Sometimes you're really, really angry, and sometimes you're, you know, regular anger, I guess. So here with flirty, I'm trying to do something with the eyes where it has like a lazy eye. Not necessarily a lazy eye like the disc, but like a lazy eye where it's just relaxed. A relaxed eye. And then I do something with the eyebrow that would be similar to what I do with when a character is confused a little bit, but where one eyebrow is raised, kind of like The Rock in a way. But here it's going to be, you know, kind of chill, and then maybe a smile somewhere, and you know, we can actually put some lines to indicate like blushes, which can also be used when a character maybe has a crush on another character, but then maybe the rest of the the rest of the face, the eyes, nose, and the eyebrows might be different. A key thing is that the eyebrows are very, very powerful when you're showing expression. I'll just add that I've done a video like this twice before, and those focused on different expressions that you guys can go check out, and I'll leave links for you guys to check them out. So this is like the third installment of this series, and you know, with that smile, it's a little more chibi, it's a little more silly. So you see that even flirty is something that can be combined with silly, which we'll do in a little bit. But that's very, you know, anime-ish and typical of Japanese animation, where the drawing, the whole style kind of changes a little bit, and there's some things that wouldn't make sense normally to the point where they're not necessarily realistic, but you kind of get the point either way. So with that little drip in the mouth before I erased it, it's almost like he's saliva, you know, there's like saliva coming out of his mouth, where it's a little pervy, which works. it is also part reason why I've used this character for this video. The character here that I'm using as a model for these expressions is Simon from Apple Black. Apple Black is a comic that I write and illustrate, and you can check out the first 4 chapters free. The link's below, and Apple Black is published and serialized inside AM. You can also check out Apple Black's first 9 chapters, the whole volume 1, physical paperback. You can purchase that. It's on Amazon. It's you know, you look for it, it's there, and it ships everywhere, damn near everywhere. I'll leave a link to that below as well. You can check out all the other comics on Saturday AM. Saturday AM, as you can think of, as a more diverse Shonen Jump, right? Check out Saigami, check out Bully Eater, check out Clock Striker, etc. And I'll just leave it at that. Here, back to Simon here, which Simon is one of those mysterious characters, but he has a very silly side, and he's a very flirtatious character. And, you know, see, he's not necessarily all over the place, but there's like a mystery behind him and a really dark past, so he can be like, he's one of those characters that can be really silly, or most times you meet him, he's really serious, silly, but there's a really dark side to him. And you know, I'll explain further as we go on in the video. So here I'm drawing the character, and you know, when the character is like flirtatious, maybe I'm actually purposefully making his eyebrows a little thicker. And again, you know, this animation, you know, things are exaggerated sometimes, so eyelashes don't necessarily change, but here I'm just gonna make it just a little bit thicker, and which works as well because he has white eyelashes, and he has a distinct look with his eyelashes, especially with the lower lash. And you have like that relaxed eye, you can see parts of the eyelid over the eye, and you have that smile like he's looking at someone and he's relaxing. He himself is in a little bit of an awe, but yeah, maybe relaxing on a desk, something you would see, say, in a classroom or whatever. And then I use like red Copic markers to add in, say, the blushes, and it's a really stylized blush. You see artists have different ways of applying that, and then the love thing, the love symbols, to, I guess, make it more obvious. Now moving into serious, key thing to note in the character, and maybe some people catch it, some people don't. For those who have purchased Apple Black, and I'd like to thank you guys for purchasing Apple Black if you have, and if you've noticed something, I guess this is kind of like a spoiler to a degree, I guess, but not really. Simon, when he's sheltered, when he's being his goofy self, when he is, you know, being that lively part, fun part of Simon, flirting, cracking jokes, you know, a little bit of a nerd, kind of. In a way, characters like Asano especially kind of like see through it to a degree, and he kind of hides his eyes behind his glasses. So when he's like really, you know, himself, he removes his glasses. And if you keep in track and you're reading the book, it's almost like 2 different characters when he's wearing the glasses, when he's wearing his glasses, and when he isn't. Now there's more to that, but I don't want to go into too much detail. So here, when I'm drawing the character serious, what works for Simon here, specifically Simon, would be for him to remove his glasses. So here I'm not going to draw him with glasses. Now, you know, there might be a time where I draw him serious and he would be wearing his glasses, but generally speaking, he is truly himself when he isn't wearing his glasses. And you can see I drew the glasses. Another fun thing I did with the flirty expression is that I had the glasses actually come down. You know, when you're like looking at something, checking someone out, you pull the glasses down. So that was a little nod, and that's special for Simon specifically because he has glasses. So with expressions, you also want to explore the character and maybe even draw several versions and figure out what works and what doesn't work. For Simon here, you can see him. I'm actually drawing him looking down at characters. So maybe he's even like think of him like a godlike figure looking down upon the peasants and stuff like that. I don't know. It's not necessarily like that, but drawing this serious version of him with not too much of an expression, but you can tell he's not joking around. And maybe I'll just add him taking off the glasses. His mouth is not really doing too much of an expression. It's not really having a curve, say when he's angry or happy, where you have that curve of an upside down U, or a regular U when you're happy and upside down when you're angry. Here it's kind of like just straight, and he has a relatively plain expression on his face. His eyebrows are coming down just a little bit, almost like he's angry, but not necessarily. And his eyes are still doing the relaxed eye thing. Because, yeah, and again, there's levels to it. So how serious is he? What is going on? Well, what's happening in the scene? That plays into how much of the expression is going to be, you know, shown. So those are the key things to keep in mind. Here, drawing a silly character. Again, this just looks like a happy character, right? But, you know, silly is a combination of things. You could be silly and angry. You could be angry and being silly at the same time. So it's like finding what works, finding what happens in the scene. So in this scene, I'm just, you know, drawing a Simon that's kind of goofing off, I guess. And here you see his glasses are back on. And I'm going to do like the typical traditional thing you see in most animes where, you know, where they say, oh, anime characters be like, and they touch their glasses and all of the glasses just white. You know, it's almost like there was like some reflection of light on the glasses where you can't see the character's actual eyes. But it works here because it's like just a fun shot, and you know, nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna give him like a big smile, and it's a silly shot of him. Again, what does it mean? So you can just say in this scene maybe he's reading a book, and something happens in the book that has him very excited in a silly kind of way where he's maybe a little surprised. So I'm playing around with that. So I'm putting his shades, putting his glasses back on. His eyebrows are wide, but we don't get to see his eyes because of his glasses and the reflection. And sometimes maybe not seeing the eyes actually has more power than seeing the eyes. But you know, it could go both ways. And you know, some extra things like those stars just to tush up the whole shot. And make it seem like he's liking what he's seeing. And I'm just gonna draw the book here, and that's, you know, pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do for this episode. And the next episode I'll do 3 more expressions. Y'all can stay tuned for that. Again, check out Apple Black if you haven't already. Please like this video. It helps a great deal. If you watch this video to the end, also helps a great deal. For those who are people who have read Apple Black, you can leave in the comments what's the name of the book Simon likes to read. Those are for like the people who've been reading a long time. They probably have the answer to that real quick. Again, yep, that's it for this video. Like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the bell so you get notified each time I make a video, so you don't miss anything. Check out my other videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Check out all the links to my social media. Everything you could possibly need would be in the description below. I'm White Manga, and I'm outie.